Mitch with DrywallInstruction.com. In this segment, we're going to take a few minutes and see if we can teach you a shortcut to cutting drywall. A method that's going to be a lot faster than the typical method. It might be a little challenging in video, but we're going to give it a shot. Typically, we would make cuts, a lot of drywall cuts with the drywall T-square, and you would just take your tape and you'd make your mark and you'd run it over to your mark. You'd hold the bottom tight and you would go ahead and make your cut with your utility knife, pop your sheetrock, and you've got your cut made. That's with a drywall T-square. Now, you're going to run into a problem, even if you use a T-square a lot, which I don't, when you have a long cut to make. You're going to have to get take your chalk line out and make your measurement and make a chalk line and then cut your sheetrock that way. But the method that I'm going to teach you today is going to eliminate all of that and make it a lot quicker process. So let's start with, you've got a utility knife and a measuring tape, and you'll pull your tape out. You'll take your utility knife and you'll put the blade up next to the end of the tape. You'll push the end of the tape up to your blade with your thumb, and then you'll hold the right hand side, you'll hold your blade to the tape with this finger. And you'll pull your tape out to the desired measurement. At that measurement, you'll put your finger on the bottom and your thumb on top, squeeze them together, and that will be the edge that runs along your sheetrock. So now, giving you a close-up view, again, you have your utility knife, and you'll push your blade up to the end of your tape measure like this. This finger will hold the blade to the end of the tape. The thumb will push the tape next to the blade. When you're holding it tight, you'll see the tip of your knife sticks out beyond the tape. And then with your left hand, you will bring to your desired measurement, where you're going. And so, for example, if this was 12 inches, I'd go over to 12 inches. I'd place my thumb on top, this finger on the bottom, and hold them tight. And I would be ready to make my cut. So let's go ahead and show you how it works. If we make a cut on a piece like this, we will take our tape, we'll measure down to whatever length. If it's at 7 inches, I'll go down to 7 inches, and with my utility knife, I'll make a little cut there. And then I'll go ahead and put my thumb on my tape, press it into the blade, hold it with my right finger. I'll go ahead and put my tip on my mark, and then I'll bring my fingers down to the top of the sheetrock. And then I'll hold both of them tight, and I'll run my tape right across my sheetrock. Again, go ahead and put your blade at the end of your tape, hold it tight together, measure down the desired length, and we're going to drag it across and make our cut. At that point, our cut's made, and we can pop it and cut the back side, and we've got a perfect straight cut, or at least as perfect as is necessary. Now, the big benefit is going to be on a long piece of sheetrock like this. We will be able to go ahead and make our measurement, and if this is going to be a 5-inch cut, I'll make my measurement there. I'll go ahead and do the same process with my tape. I'm 6'4", so this 8-foot piece, I can go all the way to the top. You may not be able to do that, but you can get a bucket or something, and you can follow it right down all the way to the bottom of the piece. The other benefit is if you're cutting rips, you can, if you're wrapping windows or wrapping doors or something like that, and you want to cut some more narrow rips, you don't have to cut one at a time. I'll consider this one rip, and if I'm going to make another one, I'll measure out from this cut 4 inches or 3.5 or whatever it is, and I'll go ahead and I'll make another cut using that same edge. When I get done with that, I can pop my sheetrock, and I've got my rips. I'll cut the back side And I have got my rips for wrapping windows or doing whatever I need to do. Now, the only other thing to remember is it's nice to have a factory edge to cut against, but it's not necessary. You will want to take your rasp and shave it down and get it as uniform as you can, so you'll have a nice straight line, a nice straight edge to use for your guide, and you'll be able to make really good cuts. It'll speed up the cutting process dramatically, and I hope this is helpful to you and that you'll continue to follow us here at drywallinstruction.com.